Roadrunner Rundown on Bakersfield.com and the CSUB Roadrunners Digital Network.
Off the screen, Basil, 2 seconds. Basil for the win! Yeah! We're going to the NCAA tournament!
And it's a cold strike! And over to Sidney Haynes off the block, and the Roadrunners win
Live
it.
from downtown Bakersfield, California, here's the voice of the Runners, Tori Costello.
Welcome into Roadrunner Rundown, the official program, CSUB Roadrunner Athletics. I'm Corey Costello. Thanks so much for joining us once again on the program. We got a great show planned for you today because we are in the, if you haven't been checking it out, and I don't know why you haven't been, but a lot of our teams, GoRunners.com, you can get all information. But we've had a great couple weeks for a couple teams. We're talking with CSUB Track and Field, a couple amazing last couple weeks, including this past weekend. They did very well at the Fresno State Invitational up in Clovis, and we're going to be speaking with some of those gentlemen on the program a little bit later on the show today. Also, CSUB Women's Golf has had just wrapped up their season at the WAC Championships, and in the last 2 weeks, they've set a couple of records, and also including 2 top 10 finishes at the WAC Championships. And one of those young ladies with the top 10 finish, Tori Peers, will join us on the program today as well, along with Jose Flores, Tim Van Horn, and Justin McKinley of CSUB Track, the jumpers, the guys that finishing 1, 2, 3 this past weekend up in Clovis. So we'll talk with them on the program. Tori Peers joining us as well, and a good show for you today as we continue on the spring edition of the program. Don't forget, next Monday, May the 1st, at the Fox Theater is the Rowdies. Join us at 7 o'clock. The admission is free, and you can see all the accomplishments from the Roadrunners up to pretty much this point, and some of the teams still competing, softball and baseball being a couple of them, but a few teams also wrapping up their seasons this weekend. Water polo will be at their conference championship. Beach volleyball is at their conference championship as well. So a lot of stuff happening here in the next few weeks, and we'll have it for you here on Roadrunner Rundown. But first, let's get to some of the highlights and scores from last weekend. We'll start with CSUB softball. At home, they were hosting first place New Mexico State last weekend. Friday's action, first inning, Kelsey Horton, yes, see ya. Her 11th home run of the season, and New Mexico State are on top 1-0 just like that. 1-0 here in the third, and Chris Hepa for the Roadrunners at the plate, runner on second. Tough ball to third base. It's handled by the Aggies, but the throw is low, and then the runners are going to try to score at the plate. Lindsey Clemenco going to score, and we have a tie ball game. 1-1 in the fourth inning. A runner on second. Destiny Bluford sends a shot to center. Check out this play by Julia Cavazos. She keeps the ball in the yard but can't quite hold on to it, and the run scores to make it 2-1 for New Mexico State. One more look at this play. Look at Cavazos get up over the wall, get some leather on it, but can't quite hold on. What an effort, though, by Cavazos. Next batter, Katie Sensi sends this one tripping up the right fielder with this triple, and another scores for the Aggies, and it makes it 3-1 in the fourth. Still not finished in the inning, as once again Cavazos with a great effort, the diving stab. Just short on this one, though. Rochelle Rodriguez gets the RBI double, 4-1 New Mexico State. Then in the sixth, as the runners will cut down a run at home with the bases loaded, but then a wild pitch from Lindsey Clemenco. Despite an effort to nail the runner at the plate, she's safe, and it is 5-1. Bottom of the inning, CSUB, though, gets one back on an Aggies wild pitch. Ebony Harrison scores to make it a 3-run game. But that's about as close as CSUB would get. They stranded 11 runners in this one and lose Friday 5-2. Saturday action, game one of the doubleheader, and it was CSUB on top early. This wild pitch putting a runner at third base, and that's going to set up Selena Gonzalez with a chopper to the right side. That scores Sydney Curran, and it's 1-0 CSUB. Two batters later, 2 on for Chris Hippo, who singles up the middle, and it's 2-0 Roadrunners here in the fourth inning. Top of 5, 2-1 CSUB. Bases loaded for the Aggies with Nikki Butler going to single up the middle for 2 RBIs. And just like that, New Mexico State retakes a 3-2 lead. Bottom half of the inning, and Gonzalez at the plate. She finds the gap with this double to right center. Kaylin Burt would score on this play, and we are once again tied at 3 apiece. Two batters later, runner on third, and the wild pitch over the catcher's glove going to allow another run to score, and Bakersfield on top just like that, 4-3. CSB not done in the inning. Chris Heba then comes up, delivers a 2-run bomb to left, and all of a sudden the runners have upset on their mind as Heba goes deep for CSUB and gets celebrated at home plate. Top top of the sixth. New Mexico State's in okay. You go yard, we go yard. Caitlin Rubio sends one out to left to pull the Aggies within 2, and that will set up a bottom of the sixth. Runners looking for a little insurance as well. Kara, I once met a wise man, and she goes deep to left for her first collegiate home run to put that is deep. CSUP up 7-4, and then the runners are going to be able to hold on in the bottom of the seventh. This slow roller to first base. Runners make the out, and they send the Aggies to just their second conference loss of the season. So on Friday, New Mexico State got the first win, 5-2. Runners stranded 11 in that one. Then on Saturday, Bakersfield evened up the series in the first game with a 7-4 win. Kara Wiseman, Chris Hepa, both with a home run. But then the Aggies taking the series in big fashion in the third game on the Saturday doubleheader. They win it 13-3 in 5 innings. Here's what's coming up for CSUB softball. Their final regular season weekend of the year. They'll be at Seattle U. They're going to play a doubleheader on Friday starting at 4 p.m. and the second game starting around 6 p.m.-ish. And then on Saturday, they will play at 2 p.m. You can catch Saturday's game on the WAC Digital Network. On to CSUB. Here's the standings for softball as the conference tournament is coming up next week, I should say, at New Mexico State in Las Cruces, New Mexico. All 5 teams eligible will play minus Grand Canyon. So right now the runners are sitting in that 5th and final spot, but they could potentially, with UMKC and Utah Valley playing with a Roadrunners sweep and a UMKC sweep, Utah Valley runners could drop up to that 4th spot in the WAC tournament coming up next week in Las Cruces. On to CSUB baseball. Roadrunners in a non-conference week, and they go to Arizona State. They had the Sun Devils on the ropes Friday, but end up losing 12-6 thanks to a 5-run 5th inning for the Sun Devils. Then on Saturday, the runners again up but letting the lead slip as the Sun Devils win 4-2 to secure the non-conference series win. But then the runners avoiding the sweep on Sunday, 8-6 with a victory. Malik Jones, he had 3 hits, including a home run and 3 RBIs for the runners. He also got the win in relief on the mound, throwing about 2/3 of an inning of work. That's baseball for you. Here's what's coming up for the Roadrunners. They're at UC Santa Barbara on Tuesday at 3 o'clock. Then they're going to be at Sacramento State to conclude what has been a 7-game road trip. They'll go to Sac State this weekend. They'll play Friday at 6, Saturday at 6, and Sunday at noon. Here's how the standings shape up. There's about 4 weeks left in Western Athletic Conference play, but the Roadrunners right now, again, minus Grand Canyon, their final year of ineligibility for the conference tournament. Runners right now sitting in second place for all intents and purposes of the conference tournament. They would have a first-round bye, but then you've got Utah Valley right there at 66. Runners had the series sweep of them. Chicago State at 5-7, trying to make their first conference tournament. And then you got some of the surprises down low. Sacramento State 6-9, Seattle U 5-10. Runners still set to play both those teams, and Northern Colorado at 4-8. CSUB will host them in a couple weeks. On to CSUB water polo. The Roadrunners coming so close to their first ever MPSF victory, but allowed a last-minute goal in an 8-7 loss at San Jose State. Ashley Paz had 3 goals for the Roadrunners as Bakersfield will now be at the MPSF tournament. They will start on Friday at 11 a.m. as they take on Stanford in the first round. Runners will try to hopefully advance to the second round and get their first MPSF tournament win as well. Again, that'll start Friday at 11 a.m. On to CSUB track and field, a very busy weekend, but some of the things to highlight: the Bulldog Invitational wins for the Roadrunners. Jose Flores in the high jump, Justin McKinley, Tim Van Horn, all 1, 2, and 3, all got the height of 6:04.75, I believe. But Flores got on his first jump, so he takes the podium victory for the runners. On the women's side, Julianne Finch finished second in the pole vault, 11 feet, 11.75 inches on the height. A very good score for her to finish second overall. Runners are back in Fresno. They'll be at Fresno State, though, this weekend, April 29th. At Fresno State, and that will go all day up in Fresno. So CSUB track and field. Also, women's golf, as I mentioned, they coming off a 5th place finish at the WAC championships in Kansas City, or Mission Hills, Kansas, right around there. Ariel Lee finishing in 6th, and Tori Peers, one of our guests coming up later on the program, in 5th place for the runners, their first ever top 10 finishes. So 2 of them finish in top 10 for CSUB. Beach volleyball will be at the Big West Tournament Championship this weekend. They'll take on Cal Poly to open up their conference as well. So a couple sports, water polo, beach volleyball, getting close to coming to an end. A few other sports continuing to compete: baseball, softball, track and field. Men's golf will have their championship this weekend in Phoenix as well, as they try to put a few in the top 10 too. So spring sports starting to wind down, but a lot of action still to come. And we're going to talk some of the spring sports when we come back. Tori Peers set to join us, CESB Women's Golf. And then we got some jumpers coming in studio. Jose Flores, Tim Van Horn, Justin McKinley all set to join us as well. So stick around. We'll be back with that. This is Roadrunner Rundown.
Off the screen, Basil, 2 seconds.
What shall I do to put myself by your side? What shall I do to put myself along by your side?
We're Kern County, and we have a lot in which to be proud. We connect California, power the nation, and confidently charge towards our short and long-term goals. We work hard to make our county a great place to live, learn, and dream. And anyone who calls Kern County home can help make our community stronger, schools better, and futures brighter. Together, let's turn more local dreams into realities so we can make life as it should be. Kern Schools. Together, we have something special.
We strive to achieve excellence through determination and hard work.
We are committed to learning from those around us,
Our professors and peers,
our coaches and teammates,
and our opponents.
We compete with integrity and passion.
And we seize our moment when the opportunity arises.
We take pride in our communities.
And believe that we can inspire others
just as they can inspire us.
We may wear different colors, but we share the same purpose.
We learn, we compete, we inspire.
We are
the Western Athletic Conference.
Basil, 2 seconds. Basil for the win!
CSU Bakersfield, champions made here.
What a moment!
Come celebrate the 2016-17 season at the 6th Annual Rowdy Awards, May 1st at 7 p.m. at the Fox Theater. This free event includes the chance to meet and mingle with CSUB student athletes as we award the best performances, academic achievements, and the best moments of the season. Come walk the gold carpet and take pictures with CSUB student athletes beginning at 6 p.m. Then join us inside the historic Fox for the multimedia intensive show starting at 7. The event is free and open to the public. It's the 6th Annual Rowdies, Monday, May 1st, downtown at the Fox Theater. Welcome back to Roadrunner Rundown. Still to come on the program, Jose Flores, Justin McKinley, Tim Van Horn going to join us. CSUB, all high jumpers, long jumpers, just jumpers in general, but they're coming off a nice weekend in the high jump. We'll talk to them about that. And also don't forget the 2017, the 6th Annual Rowdies coming up at on Monday, May 1st at the Fox Theater. Join us. It's open to the public. Admission's free. We'll have the gold carpet extravaganza beginning at 6 o'clock, and the show will start at 7. Once again, downtown here at the Fox Theater. Joined now in studio by CSUB junior women's golfer Tori Peers. Welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. Now, first of all, congratulations. You're coming off a record year. You guys finished 5th in Kansas at the WAC Championships, but you finished 6th overall, best finish in the history of CSUB at the conference tournament. And that came a week after you set the single-round record of 71 at the Bobcat Invitational. So I guess that's kind of been a good couple weeks for you.
It has. It was a really good 2 weeks to end on. And so
I guess it's the right time. I think that's the right time of year. If you're going to play well, that's probably the right time of year to play well.
It is. It was a really good season all in all, and it finally kind of clicked the last couple weeks, which was really, really exciting.
What sort of parts of your game in the last couple weeks were, going well that helped you play so well?
I changed my putting stroke a little bit, and it helped my confidence a ton. And so I felt like I was making a lot more putts, and my ball striking was really, really phenomenal, like for the last 3-4 months. And so I knew it was there. It just all needed to come together at the right time.
That makes me feel better that you say you change your putting stroke, because it makes you sound like hack golfers like myself who are always changing things aren't too far off. That even good golfers like yourself sometimes make a tweak or two.
Exactly. Little tweaks just help with confidence, which is huge in golf.
Nice. So. Well, a solid 3-round score at the WAC Championships actually tied you for 5th best in CSUB history for a 3-round score with that performance. How was that course playing? We're seeing some of the video now. It looked kind of windy, kind of chilly. So how was that course playing for you guys?
It was a lot tighter than most of the courses that we play. Midwest, like stereotypical country club course. So it was tree-lined, and every shot had to be really strategic at that course. And so off the tee, you wanted to put yourself in a good position, and then into the greens was really critical because the greens were very complicated. And
you went from basically, like we're seeing some of the wind now, but you went from basically 2 different extremes. I mean, last 2 weeks ago, you're in Goodyear, Arizona playing in nice desert conditions, and then you're in Kansas playing in wind and a little cold, like you said, tree-lined, and totally different courses. So what were those kind of adjustments like?
You always have to be ready for weather. It has a huge effect on ball striking and everything. Our whole season this year, we played in wind for the majority of our tournaments. And so mentally, I think we were ready for wind. And the courses are different going from desert courses to how the ball affects on the green, and everything is different. But we're at the level that we see all these different courses week to week. And so we were ready for any kind of changes. But the weather was colder than we had experienced this year, but other than that.
Yeah, you see Coach bundled up now. She's trying to she does not look like she's having a good time in that weather. Are you one of those, like, ideal golf conditions people, or are you okay with things, whatever, like wind, and you'll just make the adjustment? Or do you want it to be nice and perfect?
I prefer it to be nice, but coming from Nebraska, that was huge in high school. My state championships, never had nice weather, so I was fairly used to it.
Yeah, there you go. What changed for you this season? I mean, it seemed like both yourself and Ariel Lee, who finished right behind you at the WAC Championships, had breakout years. So what kind of changed for you two this season, and yourself as well?
My entire golf game changed my freshman year. When I got here, I started going to a swing coach, which I had never done before. I'd been self-taught. And so it's just been a giant learning experience. And so my sophomore year, I had a lot of opportunities to have rounds like I did this year. Mm-hmm. And I think just having all of those experiences kind of build up, I saw more and more potential in myself, and finally just allowed it to happen in the last couple weeks. And so,
what in the last 3 years have you kind of felt has improved the most, for you since when you got here as a freshman to now just concluding your junior season?
My confidence in myself, I think, is huge. I've always been able to kind of place the ball where I wanted to here. Obviously, my technique and everything is more consistent now than it was back then. But all in all, I think confidence is probably what has improved the most.
You mentioned you came to us from Grand Island, Nebraska, which didn't think Nebraska is much of an island state. But all right, what brought you here?
I wanted to be able to play somewhere where there wasn't snow.
Oh, well, that's always good.
Yeah. I didn't want to have to take a couple months off in the winter because I couldn't play outside.
Yeah.
And being able to play Division I, and I have family in Southern Nevada, so I'm pretty close to them.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, that's crazy because I don't think people realize that. Yeah, I mean, what do you do if you're a golfer and you live in Nebraska? And obviously, I've been in Nebraska in wintertime. You're not going outside. So how do you deal with that when you can't go out and play? I mean, are you just hitting in your garage? Like, what's going on?
There's different facilities that they have. Like, big colleges have indoor facilities with short game and all that. I didn't have one of those in my town. There was one simulator that they let high schoolers hit for free if they wanted to.
Sure.
But I mean, I swam in high school just for something to do in the off season. But
yeah, I was going to mention that next. I mean, you also swam in high school. You played some soccer. So what made you choose golf over those other things?
I played pretty much every sport growing up, and golf was the one that I kept getting told by all these random people that I was a natural at it. And so I think in my head it was my favorite just because I had those people telling me that.
Yeah.
And, I knew at that time that I wanted to see how far I could go in it. And
nice.
So.
Well, and it seems like I assume Grand Island, Nebraska is fairly small. I mean, it's a small town?
Yeah, it's like 50,000 people tops.
So in your high school, Grand Island High School, I'm sure you kind of, I mean, you're probably similar upbringing to me. Like, you had to play multiple sports in order for the school just to have enough teams, right?
Yeah. My high school is actually one of the bigger ones in Nebraska just because it's like a commuter town. So a lot of really small towns went to my school just for high school just because the education was better than it would have been in like an 8-room or an 8-people classroom.
Right. And so multi-sport athlete, how'd that kind of help? I mean, I always think that these days everybody's so specialized. I mean, they come in and they've been, for example, playing golf since they were 10. They've only been playing golf, or they've only been playing baseball, they've only been playing softball. But how has kind of playing multiple sports sort of helped you really now with an opportunity to focus on golf?
I think playing all these other sports, it gives me like a different mindset because for golfers, you want to be really precise on every shot and you want it to go perfectly. Playing all these other sports, I know like everything's going to go wrong here or there, and it gives me like a different outlook. Athletically, I guess, I know I'm capable of doing all these different things, and it helps you to view things a little bit differently. I like being really involved, and so I think.
Well, now that you're in golf and golf is your thing, like what do you enjoy the most about golf to make you, when you're out on the course? I mean, what are the things that you really enjoy the most about the sport?
I think all of the relationships I've made throughout it is probably my favorite thing. It's brought so much to my life that every time I'm out on the golf course, it reminds me of all the blessings that I have in my life, and so.
And you also get a chance. I mean, this is the thing about like college golf. Like, you get an opportunity to play a lot of really nice courses, and sometimes, a lot of the times, these are courses you probably in the future, when you have to actually pay for them, won't be able to go and play. I mean, do you sometimes think about that, thinking, "Wow, I'm getting to play at a really nice golf course. I'm not paying to do so."
Yeah, I've had that multiple times. That I know that next year, my senior year, I'm really going to just try to soak it all in as much as I can every round that I play, because all of these courses are courses that I won't be able to play on the once a year or whatever.
Exactly. And then what are some of the goals next year? I mean, you had a very good junior year. Like we said, 5th place at the WAC, one of the first top 10s ever. You do have the single round record for CSUB. Are you looking at maybe that 3-round record or any of the records in your minds, or are you just going out there to try to be better each time?
I did set the 3-hole record and the 36-hole.
That's
and
right.
So I actually just want to try to improve on all 3 of those.
Yeah.
And really get my season and career average as low as I can before I'm gone.
Yeah, and just so basically make it harder for anybody to break that record in the future.
Exactly. And then I guess overall for conference, I want to try to win next year. That's the ultimate goal. But.
And you, I mean, you were in the hunt first couple of days. You said the first day the conditions were really good, but I mean, you were in the hunt for the first few days. The team was in the hunt after the first day. It seemed like whether the course was throwing people off. But what has it been about this team that has improved so quickly? Because in the last few years, you guys have really taken next steps. And as you said, next year, yourself and maybe a few others, maybe the team as a whole could be a contender.
Absolutely. Our team as a whole everybody's really hardworking, and we all want to do really great things for the school and for our team. We want to be remembered and get the program to something that people want to come to and realize that it's something special. And
it seems like it's kind of great that you're on the show the same week as some of the track guys want to talk to you, because it seems like every week, whether it's track or whether it's women's golf, it's like, oh, there's another record. Oh, there's another top 10. There's another this and that. So it really seems like the level of play has gone up in your program.
Yeah, 100%. It has a lot to do with the coaching and all of us like motivating each other to want to break all these goals. And
nice. So now you're getting ready for the summertime. What's the off season like for a college golfer? I mean, it's summertime, so obviously you can be out and play a lot of golf. Or I mean, is that kind of the goal? What do you kind of do over summer to get ready? Because you guys do compete a little bit in the fall. So what's your summer kind of like?
Yeah, summer really isn't an off season for a lot of us. Summertime for a golfer is very competitive for the most part. There's the U.S. Open qualifier and the USAM qualifiers, and a lot of other like state amateur qualifiers that all of us play in and are pretty heavy competition. There's a lot of other college golfers from every division that are very competitive and play in all these tournaments. So it's fun to see different faces, our familiar faces. And
So do you stay local here in the summertime? Do you go back home? Why do you kind of, especially playing in all those tournaments, where do you kind of base up for the summertime?
I stay mostly in Bakersfield so I can work with both my coaches.
Okay.
So I'll play in the U.S. Open qualifier in California and then the USAM in Kansas back home. And
Nice.
So.
Right on. Well, good luck with those for sure. What this has always been the question I needed to ask a golfer. So like when people like me want to relax, we go golfing, right? Just to kill some time. But when golf is like your life, so what the heck do you do to like is it still golf? Do you still get a chance to just relax as you're competing or whatever, or practicing? Or is there something else that golfers do to kind of relax?
Yeah, golfing for me is more of trying to improve. So it's not like it is relaxing in a sense, but not.
But you're always competing with yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So for me, when I want to relax, I'll go on a hike or go find something kind of isolated. And
yeah, so like, because I always thought like, well, when you're a golfer and you retire, like a pro golfer retires, what does a pro golfer do for fun at that point? I mean, they're not going to golf. I mean, they might golf, I'm sure, to hang out, but you've been golfing your entire life. Like, do you take up tennis? Do you do something else?
Maybe. I feel like I'd probably go fishing or something.
There you go.
Hike. And
yeah, because baseball players, when the guys in Major League Baseball, when they have an off date, they all go golfing and stuff like that. So I wonder what the golfers do. So you got the summer coming up here a little bit, and then you guys are back at it in the fall. What do you think about, I know it's kind of hard to look in the future, but next year's squad, obviously you'll be a senior, and so what do you kind of think about next year's squad as you guys get ready for the fall competition and, of course, your spring season?
I think our team as a whole has a ton of potential for next year. I came in with 5 other juniors, or they're all juniors now.
Yeah.
And we actually have a couple other transfer juniors that we're all really close to that peak. And so we're looking to do some really amazing things next year. And we have a couple of freshmen that have a really, really good work ethic. And so
nice. What's been your your favorite moment thus far? I mean, 3 years down now. By the way, it went super quick, I'm sure.
It has.
3 years down now. What's kind of been your best moment of your time here so far?
I don't know if I can narrow it down to one moment. Breaking the 18-hole record was definitely up there. Seeing Coach's reaction when I handed her the scorecard was probably one of my favorite reactions that I've seen. But I think all in all, just all of the connections and friends and everything that I've made here.
Right on. Do you watch a lot of? I mean, do you watch a lot of golf, things like that too, or do you have favorite golfers? I mean, what?
I work at a golf course, so the Golf Channel's always on.
Right.
And
right.
So.
You're kind of forced to watch it because it's always on.
I like watching it. I follow the majors pretty closely, but my favorite golfer would probably either be Jordan Spieth or like Smiley Kaufman, one of the younger guys that they just have a lot of fun and they make the game fun to watch.
You know what I can't deal with? I don't know if these are one of those guys because I couldn't tell you. I was watching a lot of the Masters recently. I can't deal with the clothing anymore. I can't deal with it anymore, right?
It's getting pretty loud.
It's getting kind of, and loud I get. And, someone was like, well, John Daly wore this. I'm like, yeah, well, John Daly was drunk half the time, so that doesn't count. But no, it was like the pink on white pants or the white, like, it's too much. Like, at the Masters, I like Sergio wearing, he had dark blue on, and he wasn't wearing fluorescent orange and a fluorescent orange hat with the bill. It was just, I don't know. I just thought, because nobody wears that stuff on the street. That's what I don't understand, right? You would think if golfing companies like Tiger Woods sold 1 million shirts, red polos for Nike because he wore that every Sunday. Mm-hmm. No one's going out to buy the fluorescent orange shirt just wearing it on the street. I haven't seen any walking around. That's my only deal is I'm all good with pro golf, but they got to do something with those clothes. I'm just not down. I'm glad you guys don't go that route either. Well, congratulations on a good year. It is fun to watch. Like I said, the records kind of fall and get improved upon, and I know next year, like you said, you're going to try to make sure nobody breaks your records for a while. But you shot, what was it, 71 was the 18-hole record this year?
Yeah.
Can you go any lower? You think you can go a few lower? Think you can break 70? Is that on your mind?
I think that's my ultimate goal for next year.
Is there one course that you can say, when we play there, I think I can break 70?
There's actually a couple. So Estrella, the one that I broke the 18-hole record at this year, I definitely see potential to go lower. I definitely left a lot of birdie putts out there.
Okay.
And so there's also a course in southern Utah that we played my sophomore year, and I was 3 under at one point, and that was kind of one of the first times that I had gotten pretty low.
Yeah.
And I went like 5 or 6 over my last 5 holes and shot like 3 over. But so we're playing there again next year, and I'm really excited to see the potential that could be there with where my mental game is at now.
Nice. Well, Tori Peers is breaking 70. You heard it here first. Just told you already. We'll bring this up next year. Well, hey, congrats again on a great season, and good luck in the summer. It will be kind of fun at the qualifiers. Good luck in those, and we'll see you again in the fall for sure.
Sounds good. Thank you very much.
All right, Tori Peers here on Roadrunner Rundown. When we come back, we're going to be speaking with some CSUB jumpers. They're coming off good seasons and a good week as well. We'll talk to Joselito Flores, Justin McKinley, Tim Van Horn, all joining us in studio. We'll be back. This is Roadrunner Rundown.
Off the screen, Basil, 2 seconds.
A masterpiece of intelligence awaits you with technologies no car has ever offered. This is the all-new 2017 E-Class from Mercedes-Benz. This new E-Class is clearly the most technologically sophisticated vehicle developed, with innovations that enhance efficiency, safety, and comfort, including the world's first fully integral car-to-X communications, providing information well in advance of imminent danger. This new E-Class carries Mercedes-Benz tradition well into the future, and you can see the all-new 2017 E-Class today at Mercedes-Benz of Bakersfield.
The Roadrunner Scholarship Fund creates educational opportunities for over 300 student athletes at CSUB. By becoming a member and donating to the Roadrunner Scholarship Fund, you're not only helping the Roadrunners fund the scholarship needs of our teams, you're investing in the future. The Roadrunner Scholarship Fund isn't just developing student athletes. We're developing tomorrow's leaders from lessons learned during competition. For more information, log on to gorunners.com/donate and become a member of the Roadrunner Scholarship Fund.
Off the screen, Basil, 2 seconds. Basil for the win!
CSU Bakersfield, champions made here.
Come celebrate the 2016-17 season at the 6th Annual Rowdy Awards, May 1st at 7 p.m. at the Fox Theater. This free event includes the chance to meet and mingle with CSUB student athletes as we award the best performances, academic achievements, and the best moments of the season. Come walk the gold carpet and take pictures with CSUB student athletes beginning at 6 p.m. Then join us inside the historic Fox for the multimedia intensive show starting at 7. The event is free and open to the public. It's the 6th Annual Rowdies, Monday, May 1st, downtown at the Fox Theater. Back here on Roadrunner Rundown, my thanks to Tori Peers for joining us in the last segment of the program as we're going to be now shifting gears and talking CSUB track and specifically CSUB jumps. And we've had some good jumps here recently. You've heard of these guys quite a bit here lately. I want to welcome to the program now Joselito Flores, Tim Van Horn, Justin McKinley. Guys, thanks for joining us. How you doing?
Good, man. Thank you for having us.
Congrats on a good weekend. 1, 2, and 3 in the high jump. Now, you were trying to explain it. Now, you all hit the 6'6" mark.
Yeah.
But the high jump's got some rules. So, Jose, you won it. So, you won it because of...
I had the least amount of scratches.
Oh, okay.
Marks hit it. So, I cleared it my first attempt. Because you get 3 attempts to clear a bar. And so, I cleared it my first. And then from there... Like Justin cleared it his second, and then Tim on his third.
Okay, nice. And then, but then after that, you guys like tried to go up, right, for more height or something.
Yeah.
Like that?
So after that, like we all communicate with each other, and I was like, so we're the only ones left. Like CSUB won, so why don't we put the bar at our PRs? So I put the bar up to 6'9", and I attempted it. Didn't get it, but I had some pretty good attempts.
Yeah, nice. And then, but let's talk all kind of about the different events because you guys all do multiple things. So let's talk. Jose, what's your favorite event, and what else do you are you?
My favorite event is high jump.
Right.
But I also do the long jump, the triple jump, and then I do the 4x100 meter relay.
Okay.
And they're all fun. I'd have to say the 4x100 meter relay is a lot of fun as well because I get to do it with Justin, so I actually hand off to him.
Okay.
I'm the second leg, he's the third leg, so
nice. That
event is just a lot of fun because you have 4 guys together and you really get hyped during that event. As you're running, like I'll run halfway down, his leg of the race, like yelling at him to run faster. So it's fun.
Nice, Tim. What about you? What what are your favorites? What are the other ones that you're involved in?
I pretty much just high jump. Every once in a while they'll put me in long and triple, but primarily just high jump. So.
Okay. And Justin, I know you're jumping all over the place.
Yeah, high, long, triple, and like Jose was saying, the 4x1.
Yeah.
And then me.
That's a lot of coordination, especially. I mean, that triple jump thing.
Oh man. Triple jump is brutal.
What's like the key to that whole deal?
To the triple jump?
Yeah.
Holding your phases as long as possible.
Really?
So pretty much on every jump, you have to give it your full effort because if you don't, you will tumble and probably fall. So you got to stay strong and just keep your knees up all the way through.
Nice. Let's talk about this season because, as I mentioned, I mean, it seems like every week there's a new PR, there's a new top 10 time, there's a new this and that. I mean, what has it been? I mean, Jose, about this year that has been different that has made you guys so much better? It seems like.
Man, we've just been working really hard. That's all I can say. Like this year, we've been lifting and getting in that weight room a lot more. And then when we go out and we do the technical work with our coach Motts, or Jonathan Mottsamore, we call him Motts. He's been really like nailing down on us to get like these minor technical things that last year we may not have focused on, but this year they're helping get that extra inch or two or that extra height. Centimeter, whatever it may be, in these jumping events, because they're just so technical.
Right. And Tim, I mean, your second season, what's kind of been, what's been the difference for you this year?
I think everything just kind of like clicked together. Like I just do a lot of run-throughs every day and just getting my approach down so it's consistent, and so I keep doing the same thing.
Nice. And Justin, you had a good year last year in your first year here, but then this year has been even better. So again, what's been the difference?
Right. So last year, I just feel like I was kind of getting my feet wet, getting used to the whole team because I was a transfer.
Right.
But this year, it's my last season, and I wanted to go out with a bang, so I've been training harder than ever. Me, Jose, and Tim, we've been in the weight room. We've been getting a lot stronger. So, I don't know, it's just a whole different mindset this year. Like, we all want to win WAC championships. And I know we all do the same event, but if we could sweep it, it'd feel like we all got a ring.
For sure. So. Now, I mean, and that's the other thing, too. Now that you've all been to at least one WAC championship and kind of know what it takes, where the marks kind of are, I mean, does that help motivate you the second or third time around to say, okay, now I know what it needs to get to that level?
Yeah, most definitely. So pretty much in the high jump, these guys, they're looking to take it. Right now, honestly, I'm just trying to get that third spot so we could sweep the high jump.
Yeah.
I feel like I'd have a better chance of winning in the long jump because that's one of my better events as well. So,
where have you kind of stacked up this year in the WAC long jump? Some of the times you've been paying attention to that. I know people say I don't pay attention to that, but I'm sure you pay attention.
Oh yeah, it's like I check it religiously. I mean, we all do. You know, we stay on direct athletics and stuff like that. So right now, I'm ranked third in WAC for the long jump. And I'm going to have to, well, according to the ranks right now, I have to jump about a foot farther in order to, be ranked number one.
Yeah.
But anything can happen at the conference meet.
Yeah.
So.
Where are you guys at this year? Where's the conference meet at this year?
Texas.
Yeah.
Is it like UTRGV or?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's gonna be tough in May, right? Late May.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be hot.
Early May, right?
Early May. A couple weeks.
Oh yeah.
Like mid
May.
Yeah. It's hot there in December. Like, I've been there in December with basketball in January and February. It's hot then. Like I can't imagine what dealing with that. So you're gonna have some conditions for sure. Tim, I mean, same for you. This year, second time around, got a chance to go to the WAC again. So what do you have to do to be competitive this year and be right there in the podium again?
I mean, I just got to keep doing what I've been doing all year. Like I've been doing good at the meets, and I just need to keep doing what I've been doing.
Yeah. And Jose, you've chipped away at it for a couple years. So now is this do you really feel like, hey, this could be my year?
Yeah, I feel like it. I've been working hard. Your freshman year, when you come in, you're kind of like a deer in the headlights. You think you know what you're doing out of high school, and then you realize, it's like that big fish to small pond type of thing. And so when you go into your sophomore year, you know what's required of you. And then last year, how I came in second, I was really close, and it kind of fueled that fire. So now this year coming in, you want it a lot more, especially getting just a tiny taste of it.
Right.
You want it again.
You mentioned a bit about working with a coach, but there seems like there's a lot of self-coaching and sort of co-coaching going on with your group. I mean, especially whether it's, and it could be the same with the throwers and the sprinters, but in track, it seems like you guys kind of co-coach each other, right? I mean, this is kind of its own little group, isn't it?
Yeah, we have a motto that we kind of go by. It was like, because we all live together.
Okay.
And so we're always around each other sometimes. And one day in the house, we just started yelling, boom. And we were just like, we're jumpers, so we just have to boom the jump. Yeah. And so we'll go out there, and while we're at the meet, like I'll miss a bar, or, we'll be long jumping or something like that. And we'll look at each other, and that person may have their head down. We'll just be like, boom. And we'll just yell it out, and then we'll all kind of pick ourselves up, and we'll go out there and we'll boom.
There you go.
Yeah,
that seems to work. What about, like, I know, Justin, when we were talking about some of the senior stuff for the Rowdies, you'd mentioned that these guys help on the days when you don't want it, you're just not feeling it. That these guys help kind of push you.
Oh man, all it takes is a boom. That's all it is. Man, because some days, I mean, they could tell when I'm down and like I'm not myself, because I'm not as talkative or not as goofy as I usually am, and they know I need to relax. So all they say is boom, and I start laughing and think about all the good times we had when we were jumping high and stuff like that. So these guys have really helped me out this season.
Nice.
And I really appreciate that.
Yeah, and Tim, you're being the youngest of the group, right?
Yeah.
How do you kind of fit in on this whole deal?
I mean, I'm gonna miss them when they leave next year. Or Justin's leaving.
Yeah.
For the track, anyways. He's still gonna live with us, but like it's gonna kind of suck having them like slowly all trickle out, and I'm gonna be left by myself.
Yeah.
So I'm not looking forward to that.
To recruit a whole new posse, right?
Yeah.
You'll be the OG.
Yeah, you would.
And you actually brought up that Justin's gonna be back next year in terms of student. You were just elected vice president for finance, right? For ASI.
That's correct.
That's awesome. What congratulations, number one.
Thank
and
you,
what is that? A, why'd you want to go into the student government, and B, what does that job kind of entail?
Well, I wanted to go into student government just to help out the students, because I know I was only going to be here for a little while, but I felt like I haven't really gave back much. So I thought joining ASI and becoming VP of Finance would be able to help students out, because I know some students felt like money that they were paying for the tuition wasn't going to the right places.
Right.
So I would like to get more feedback from them and, manage that budget and, help them out in the long run.
So we can let people know that if you drop a boom in a meeting, that you're trying to get people to pay attention and get the budget boomed, right?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
There you go. See, it transfers everywhere now.
Yeah.
Tim, you are a emphasis in biotechnology.
Yes.
What the heck is going on with that? What are your plans? That's so you're not only are you doing all this stuff athletically, but you've got a legit major.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of work. I'm like this semester I'm taking 3 chem classes and a bio class. Next semester it's the opposite, 3 bio classes and a chem class. So I mean, it's just a lot of work in school and then balancing it with track as well. And I mean, I'm hoping to get like a job somewhere like in a lab, because I like being really hands-on with stuff.
Yeah.
And like still like part of like that team atmosphere, but in a lab like with a group of people that working on the same thing, same goal,
And so the classes, though, I know with my limited experience with this, but the classes for those aren't really the problem. It's these labs you have to do, right? Like on top of the classes?
Yeah, so most of the classes have a lecture and a lab.
Right.
So you have to do both.
And the labs are what takes like 4 hours, right?
The labs are like 2.5 hours, twice a week.
So he's a good guy to live with because he's never there, right? I mean, that's the best part.
Yeah, he's always doing homework in his room.
one quiet roommate. And then you're majoring in what, engineering?
No, I'm actually a bio major.
Oh,
now,
bio
so,
major.
yeah.
Okay. So what kind of your plans with that?
I want to be a vet.
Okay.
So just helping animals survive and stuff.
Nice.
The normal.
Yeah, exactly. Any pets now, or is this not?
No, I want a dog. And like we rent a home, so like we technically could have a dog, but just with the track schedule and everything like that, you wouldn't be there enough to actually be able to take care of the animal properly. So no, I don't have any.
Good. See, responsible already. Justin, how's your academic stuff going, and what's your major and all that good stuff?
It's going well. I'm a communications major and a marketing minor. But since I've been taking a lot of marketing classes, I found that a little more interesting.
Yeah.
So in the future, I would like to become a marketing director for some sort of athletic team or school, something like that. That'd be good.
Right on. Well, at least you got roommates who have been making a lot of money that you can hang out with them. Because as a communications major, I'm letting you know right now that these guys are gonna have more. No, I'm just kidding. You'll be marketing is smart. That's the way to go. You'll make some money. That's the way to go. All right, we're gonna step away and take a break. When we come back, we'll talk more about your jumps. And I think I want to show Jose, a couple years ago, he and I got together, and he showed me how to high jump. So I don't know if you guys know about this, but I know this is like your little jump squad, right? I mean, that's what Justin kind of dubbed you guys as. So I think that I could probably squeeze my way in. I mean, I'll show you some of this. Jose was there.
His technique was good, man.
It wasn't bad. Height, not so much. Technique, it's different. So we'll show you some of that, and then you guys can kind of let me know if I could fit into this little group here. Sound good?
Sounds good.
All right, we'll be back after this with that here, Roadrunner Rundown.
Off the screen, Basil, 2 seconds.
What shall I do to put myself by your side? What shall I do to put myself along by your side?
For more than 75 years, Current Schools has been helping local people achieve local dreams. We have watched piggy banks emptied to reward a job well done, supported our teams, and tried our best to make life a little easier. We have been there when friends become parents, buy their family's first car, and build a home with a life to match, just like it was dreamed to be. Beyond dollars and cents is our pride of Kern County and the people who make it such a great place to call home. Together, let's turn more local dreams into realities so we can make life as it should be. Current Schools. Together, we have something special.
We strive to achieve excellence through determination and hard work.
We are committed to learning from those around us,
Our professors and peers.
our coaches and teammates,
And our opponents.
We compete with integrity and passion.
And we seize our moment when the opportunity arises.
We take pride in our communities.
And believe that we can inspire others
just as they can inspire us.
We may wear different colors, but we share the same purpose. We learn, we compete, we inspire.
We are
The Western Athletic Conference.
The Roadrunner Scholarship Fund creates educational opportunities for over 300 student athletes at CSUB. By becoming a member and donating to the Roadrunner Scholarship Fund, you're not only helping the Roadrunners fund the scholarship needs of our teams, you're investing in the future. The Roadrunner Scholarship Fund isn't just developing student athletes, we're developing tomorrow's leaders. From lessons learned during competition, for more information, log on to gorunners.com/donate and become a member of the Roadrunner Scholarship Fund.
Off the screen, Basil, 2 seconds. Basil for the win!
CSU Bakersfield, champions made here.
Come celebrate the 2016-17 season at the 6th Annual Rowdy Awards, May 1st at 7 p.m. at the Fox Theater. This free event includes the chance to meet and mingle with CSUB student athletes as we award the best performances, academic achievements, and the best moments of the season. Come walk the gold carpet and take pictures with CSUB student athletes beginning at 6 p.m. Then join us inside the historic Fox for the multimedia intensive show starting at 7. The event is free and open to the public. It's the 6th Annual Rowdies, Monday, May 1st, downtown at the Fox Theater. Welcome back to Roadrunner Rundown. Continuing with Joselito Flores, Tim Van Horn, and Justin McKinley here on the program, CSUB jumpers. And we were talking in the last segment. Now, they're all high jumpers, long jumpers, triple jumpers, you name it. And a couple years ago, now we used to do on the show, and maybe people keep telling me, hey, you got to bring back that Corey versus segment you used to do all the time, where I would basically go out and make an idiot of myself and try to do what the student athletes did. The problem is I got hurt a lot, and that's kind of the reason why we said let's tap the brakes on it, because I kept ending up on the shelf. This one I kind of got a little banged up, but Jose and I'm just trying to prove my worth to this group, right? To this little jump squad group here, that I too can high jump. So. Jose helped me a couple years ago, his freshman year, learn the finer points of the high jump. So we could show some of the clips that we have from my time. This is one of my attempts. You can see that was just me getting used to. See, yeah, that was just barely off. Now I had to make a little bit of adjustment there because I was dragging my foot. Right. This is by the way, this is the first. You want first person supreme athleticism. This is the camera angle. So we were made a few adjustments. Here we go. Look at that approach.
Approach, inside lean.
There you go. See? But see, I was basically on the pad. So at that point, it was time to really put some real height into it, because this was basically, pad level. So Jose had the idea to just raise it up a few. So I don't know. We were just barely off the mat. There you go. See? Barely off the mat. And problem is now, though, my enormous I cleared that one. That one I did clear with ease, right? That's good. Good. And then Jose had the wild idea, let's go a little higher. And then this is where it tends to get ugly. Not that it wasn't before. See the backside happens to drag along. and with the slow motion replay, you need to see that again. But you can see it right there.
Oh,
yeah, it gets me. Another approach, another attempt. This is the one that hurt the most because I landed right on the bar. Yeah, you can tell.
That is painful.
That was one of the days when I finally kind of started. This is one of the last ones I think we did, because I started slowly realizing that I'm hurting myself. Now, embarrassing myself, I'm fine with, but hurting myself. That one, and then when I did some beach volleyball and landed on a pile of sand. It was a cold day, and the sand was kind of piled up, and I dove for a ball and landed and bruised a rib. So that. But what do you guys think? I mean,
just a little extra boom, and you had it.
I didn't have the boom. You guys weren't here yet. I mean, Jose was here, but he didn't have the boom yet either. I didn't have the boom.
The boom wasn't established yet.
It hadn't been developed yet.
If you come back out, you may get the chance to boom.
That was pre-boom, and maybe we should try it again post-boom and see where we go from there. It seems like this has been not only you guys, but the entire team. It's been a great year with the records that fall, and what has been fun to watch, and what I've seen as well has been how much you guys support one another outside of looking at videos, looking at pictures of the track meets, things like that. Somebody's jumping, you guys are on the background. Somebody's sprinting, you guys are in the background. And other teammates are there. I mean, it seems like this is a pretty good group, and that's all kind of help everybody set these marks this year.
Yeah, we definitely really worked on that team chemistry this year. I mean, we have team dinners all the time. Some of us can do it, with just our schedules. We do it. We try to do it at least weekly,
right?
To where we all get together and chip in and just, have, whether it's spaghetti or something like that, whatever we can afford at the time.
Right.
We are college students, but we do have a lot better team chemistry. So when we're out there and we're supporting each other, it helps get you over that mark or that hurdle or that last 100 meter for those people that do the 4 or whatever it may be.
Yeah. And you have and it seems like we've had those marks in other events too. I mean, I was looking at the thing that's happened this past weekend, the 110 high hurdle with the mark surpassing. That was Tristan right now. Yeah, Tristan surpassing his dad, 15th all time on the CSUB records. I mean, that seemed to be a really cool moments, and everybody seemed to be really involved in that too.
Oh yeah, that was awesome. Just seeing him and his dad running towards him, like, oh man, you broke my record.
Right. This stood for like 25 years.
Exactly. So Tristan's been working really hard, and I was just happy to see him finally PR and get over that hump.
Yeah, that was very cool. We were talking in the break a little bit as well. Tim, your previous life before you just focused on jumping as a person, you were a BMX rider, trick rider.
Yeah, I was pretty good for a while, not to be unhumble or anything, but yeah, I did that a lot, like on the daily, until kind of track took over at the end of high school, and started getting better at this and realized I could go to college for this, and I
Right.
wasn't going to get paid that much to ride bikes.
Right. What kind of stuff so it wasn't racing, it was more like
It was just like tricks, like go to skate parks and do backflips and all kinds of tricks and stuff. And I don't know, like if you scroll far enough back on my Instagram, you can like find it. There's a bunch of videos, but yeah, I was pretty good at that. But I had to put it aside because I would have gotten hurt if I kept doing it.
Right.
And wouldn't have been able to do this. So
you guys every once in a while like sit around the apartment and be like, dude, go do a backflip. Does that happen every once in a while?
He's done it a couple times. Not backflips, but he's done. He's done like 360s and stuff like that. We'll be in the backyard. We have like a basketball hoop.
Yeah.
And we'll kind of go out there and just shoot around because you get bored sometimes just sitting inside. And he'll go out there with his bike, and all of a sudden we'll just kind of sit there and watch him, and he'll just be doing backflips and 180s and these weird like tricks. But it's cool.
And is with his top of the line bike.
Oh yeah. That bike is nice.
I tried to ask what kind. He's like, well, it's all different kinds. I got all kinds of different parts on it. All the best parts that the money can buy.
Yeah, I mean, it's just there's so many different companies, and
Yeah.
I mean, I started with like a stock bike, and then just it's not the same bike anymore. There's not a single part on it from the original bike. Like,
Really?
everything's been changed. So
Nice. Now you guys got a few weeks to get ready for the WAC championships. What happens between now and then? I know you're going to Fresno State this weekend. So what happens between now and then? What are you focusing in on between now and then championship time?
I mean, it's really just to get everything dialed in this last meet, make sure that we have everything like where it's supposed to be, all of our marks are on point, and that we're feeling confident for conference.
Yeah. What are your goals?
Kind of similar, in conference, I'm doing all 3 jumps, kind of like Justin and Tim as well. And then we're also doing, like I said, the 4x1.
Right.
So it's making sure that, for like the 4x1 event, we have our handoffs right, making sure that chemistry is going well. And then for, all the jumping events, it's making sure that all those marks and those checkpoints are where they need to be because, there just comes minor adjustments all the time. And just making sure all of those are nice and set to go.
Nice. What's the game plan for you, Justin, in the next couple weeks or so?
Well, for me, it's just taking care of my body, eating the right foods, drinking a lot of water, making sure I stretch. And track and field is 50% mental. So it's just knowing that, you put in all the work when the season first started, coming up to the conference. So just having that confidence going into it and just doing what we've been doing all season. Boom.
Nice. Boom. There you go. It seems like, and you guys have the cool thing about what I've enjoyed this year about watching the track team is, there's the group you brought in, the group that Coach Marcia has brought in. It seems like the program doesn't have a ton of money. There's not a ton of scholarship money to go around, but she's bringing in quality individuals that are performing. And she seems to be getting the best out of you every single week. What are some of her tricks to make that happen?
Well, she doesn't. A bad attitude is not allowed on the track with Marcia.
Right.
So if you don't come to the track as if like this is the best day ever, she's not having it. So we all try our best to go out to practice, have a good time, have a smile on our face, and encourage our teammates every day.
Nice.
So she helps us become better people just by that, because no one really wants to be around like somebody that's sour all the time or bitter. So we try our best to stay positive and keep each other happy.
Nice. It seems like it's working. Everybody in good mood all the time?
Yeah.
Always smiling.
Yeah. No, it's impressive what you guys have done and what the program continues to do. And again, everybody, cracking down academically too to pull that off is special. Well, guys, good luck, and that'll be in a couple weeks at the WAC championships. And again, this weekend at Fresno State. Second weekend in a row, you're going to Fresno, but I guess this time you're gonna. Is it more of a duel this weekend? Is it just you and Fresno State, or is there a couple other teams coming in?
There might be like 3 schools.
Oh, okay.
It's not going to be as big as the Bulldog Invitational like last week.
Right. So really just a chance to kind of zone in on a few events and
really just honing in on those last skills before conference.
Cool. All right. Well, good luck to you, and I hope that the folks down in Texas are ready for the boom, because it's coming. It's coming with you, right?
It's coming.
Do you check the boom, or does the boom get carried on the plane?
Oh, the boom gets carried.
It's carried.
We can't drop it anywhere.
You can't
trust anybody.
you can't check the boom underneath. The boom flies free. Guys, good luck to you, all right? Thanks for joining us.
Corey.
All right, that'll do it for us, folks. Catch the show anytime on demand at GoRunners.com. You can get previous editions of the program. Don't forget to join us on Monday night at the Rowdies at the Fox Theater. 7 o'clock the start time, 6 o'clock on the gold carpet. 7 o'clock the show starts. Join us. It is free and open to the public. And you can see some of the highlights from the season, including some of the stuff these gentlemen accomplished. And, of course, you can get all details of their upcoming track meets and all that good stuff online at GoRunners.com. We will catch you next time. Thanks for joining us. This has been Roadrunner Rundown.
Off the screen, Basil, 2 seconds.